Today we're going to gather everything we've learned from the Grand Theft Auto 6 leaks along with everything we've learned from the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer now that we have access. Now starting off with the map and location, we all know that Grand Theft Auto 6 will be headed back to Vice City, which is the city of Miami, Florida. Rockstar has come up with their own version of the name of Florida called Leonida. For example, like in Grand Theft Auto 5, it's based in Los Santos San Andreas, which is Los Angeles, California. So far we have some pretty small ideas on what the map could possibly look like, as you can see right here on the screen. And a quick disclaimer, this is not the official nor final map. This is a concept based off the information we have from the leaks. And starting on the far right, we have a familiar location known as Ocean Beach or Vice City Beach, or otherwise known as Miami Beach. As you see, there's bridges that connect to the Venetian islands that then lead to Vice City. The real question is, will this island in particular be renamed Starfish Island, just like in Vice City? And taking a look on the bottom right corner, we have some islands that could potentially be Cuba. I'm not officially saying or stamping that they are Cuba, but based off the information of the game being called Project Americas, we can only assume. And the large body of water between the islands and the map is supposed to be Rockstar's version of the Bermuda Triangle, which I'm very excited to see inside the game. Think about it, imagine you're flying a plane back and forth from the islands and you randomly see some UFOs in the distance, or even if you're on a boat and a giant Cthulhu comes out of nowhere and just wrecks your shit. Calm down, calm down. As cool as that sounds, we all know that that's not gonna happen. I mean, yeah, there's sharks and shit, but I promise you it would be way better than how it was in GTA 5 with just all the vast emptiness out in the far ocean. And taking a look at the bottom of the map, we have what's known in Florida called the Keys. And it looks like Rockstar decided to keep the name the Keys, as you can see on this sign in the trailer. After that, we have the grassy rivers, aka the Everglades, as seen in the trailer. There's a small town in Florida outside of Miami that goes by the name Fort Myers. There's a small city in the game that goes by the name Port Gellhorn. And assuming that this is going to be kind of accurate to the final map, Port Gellhorn is going to be on the top left corner of the map. This area is rumored to be the city where Lucia and Jason live. And somewhere in the middle of the map, there will be a giant lake that goes by the name Lake Leonida. But Mizzly is pronounced Leonida. Kiss my ass, it's Leonida. Besides that, there are also a bunch of other confirmed locations that we don't exactly know the exact area or location on the map. We do know from the trailer that there is an area in the game that is called Kelly County. The part of the map that this place will be in is unknown, but it's safe to assume, like in GTA 5, that Kelly County will be a small farm city around Lake Leonida. Or Leonida. And if you haven't been paying attention at all this past week, fans have literally been comparing real life locations to locations seen in the trailer. Sure, every Grand Theft Auto game has real locations, but the placement of these locations isn't as accurate as real life. But in Grand Theft Auto 6, it is. As you see, it really looks like Rockstar took their time scouting out the city of Miami, but it's looking like that it was probably before the pandemic when they went out to go scout these locations. For example, in the trailer, there's this scene where there's some sports cars parked alongside the beach. In the game, yes, it's a 2-lane road, but in real life, where these cars are parked, it's actually a bike lane. Yeah, it could just simply be Rockstar wanting to add their own twist to it, but according to this guy, it's not. And not only he lives in Miami, he actually can confirm that this used to be a lane and a parking lot.
And you can see some of the old remnants of the markings when this used to be the parking spots where you can actually park your car. And you see cars parked in the trailer. That's the old layout.
So who knows if Rockstar has updated any locations around the map since the game has been developed or since the trailer has been made. Besides that, I'm going to show you a few comparisons from the trailer and real life. Starting with Venetian Island, which is based off the real life Biscayne Island. And if you take a really close look, everything is damn near at a 1:1 scale. Of course in real life everything is further, so like, you know, just as for the map, everything has to be up close. And it goes to show how amazing and incredibly detailed the scale of this map to real life really is. Again, yes, they have real life locations in the past GTAs, but when it comes to the scale of these locations, they're really not in the right place. I mean, it's a video game, of course. So just imagine what that maxed out FOV gonna be like in first person. Oh boy. Let's just hope the movement ain't wonky though. The environment is gonna be way more alive than any other past Grand Theft Auto game. Not only are we getting back the Malibu Club from the iconic Vice City, which by the way was the first game I ever played. And not only will the beaches be packed, the streets are gonna be packed, there's gonna be yacht parties, rooftop parties, but the real question is, will this be happening all the time in the game? I don't know. It could be based on the day. But based off what we're seeing in the trailers, these NPCs pop out. It is absolutely beautiful in how much NPCs there are in this game. And it was mentioned in these leaks that the NPCs could be randomly generated, which means that we probably won't be seeing duplicate NPCs for quite a while. And if the game really does have traits from Red Dead Redemption 2, if you see an NPC you've done dirty in the past, they might not treat you nice when you see him again. It was also mentioned that Rockstar is going to incorporate AI for their NPCs, and from what it looks like in the trailer with how alive they look, they're all doing their own thing actively, passing cans to each other, spray tanning each other, jogging or doing other activities with their pets, and you can even literally see the jiggle on her thigh. This looks amazing. It's way better than the other NPCs in Grand Theft Auto where they just have loop conversations or just work out infinitely for all of eternity. There's also a bunch of different culture groups and gangs around the state of Leonida. There's biker gangs, there's a nightlife midnight club type of crew, there's also a real life inspired hillbilly club, which apparently actually has weekly events in Florida in real life. I'm gonna keep my black ass as far away as possible from that shit in real life, but you know, in a video game, oh boy. This game will also have the most interiors ever in the GTA franchise, and from what it's looking like, a lot of these places will be robbable. As you can see, they're currently robbing a Jack's liquor store, and in the leaks, Jason is seen inside of a thrift store as well as a jewelry store with some sort of ability. We'll touch on this ability in a few moments. There's also another clip in the GTA 6 leaks of Jason inside of a Metro Mover, which is a Vice City metro system or Miami subway. It's crazy because we covered so many details and now it's just about the map alone. Y'all have to subscribe for that persistency. Now let's focus on some of the features, the items, and the inventory for just a bit. We all know in the past GTA games, all you have to do is walk over an item or a weapon to pick it up or equip it. That will not be the case for GTA 6 since we will be introduced with a new system. Kind of similar to Red Dead Redemption 2, we will have to manually pick up and interact with each and individual item. If you take a look at the scene of them in the store, you can take a look at how detailed everything is when it comes to things on the shelves, the liquor, the bags of chips, everything you'll be able to individually grab and store in your inventory, which is kind of crazy. Of course, inventory sizes may vary depending on if you have a backpack, a duffel bag, or if you don't even have a bag at all, you may only be able to carry up to 2 things. We will also most likely be able to interact with environment items like bottles in the ground and bricks and rocks. Like in GTA 4, there was a feature where you were able to pick up bricks to throw at pedestrians or even windows to break the glass. Although I think the most fascinating part is that we will have to manually pick up each and every dollar physically, which is amazing. Now you're gonna want to listen up right here because this is where it gets spicy, because this is where my boy Jason comes in. So you remember how I mentioned earlier that Jason has an ability? Jason will be able to scout and see valuable items during a robbery. I can't show the clip here, but in the gameplay leaks, it was shown Jason inside of a jewelry store or a thrift store with items glowing inside of shells and cases. I'm gonna assume during a robbery, you're gonna want to prioritize the glowing items over just random cash. Although, like in Payday, if you do have time, go ahead and grab the extra, because why not? And by the way, speaking of Payday, the robberies will be very much similar. Also seen in the gameplay leaks, you were able to take hostages and use them to negotiate for more time, along with robbing each and every one of them, as well with the feature to execute. Although it isn't clear yet if Lucia will have an ability of her own. If she could have an ability, I want you guys to comment down below what you guys think it is. I'm forcing myself to be more consistent on this channel until the game comes out, so the best comment I see, I will shout out in the next video. And like shown in the previous video, here's again some items and tools that we will be able to use in GTA 6. And I want you guys to remember that the health system will be very similar to Red Dead Redemption, which means that food will be super duper important in this game. I promise you, you're not going to want to be running from the cops while your character's starving to death. If you play Red Dead Redemption, you're going to know why. And again, like how I mentioned earlier on how the inventory will be very limited, in the gameplay leaks, it was shown Lucia was wearing a duffel bag while holding a gun. Although it wasn't shown in the leaks, but it could have indicated that there could have been an expanded weapon wheel solely because she had the duffel bag on, since you can store weapons in the duffel bag. And the source of this take is shown in the leaks, where it shows Jason with the gun strapped to his back with a pistol in his hand, meaning that you can probably only hold up to 2 weapons if you don't have a bag of some sort. And it's safe to assume that you'll also need a backpack for ammo as well, since you know mags, then you know where you're gonna put them, in your pocket. We know Rockstar is making the game very detailed, but I highly doubt that they make the game that detailed to where we can literally use our pockets. Come on. You guys think so? Jason and Lucia will also both have a shared inventory system. So when they're nearby or during a mission, you'll be able to use whatever items are in the shared inventory system across both characters. To be honest, when it comes to this system, the only way I can really see Rockstar doing this right is if they do it similar to how it's done in Last of Us, where you would literally have to go to the other person and grab whatever was in their backpack to share whatever items in between the characters. But one thing that we do have to remember is that the leaks are old, so we can't assume that the weapon wheel or the inventory system will look exactly like how it did in the leaks. But what we do know is that the next weapon wheel will look a lot more realistic than the previous ones, as well as painkillers returning to the game. The painkillers must indicate if we get shot in the leg or fall from a high place, our character may start limping. That means you're not going to be able to just get in a massive motorcycle crash and walk up and run like nothing happened. And if you want to take a quick look at some of the confirmed weapons we have so far, I'm going to flash some images on the screen. Not flash them, I'm going to just show them. I'm really loving how the weapon art is looking like how they used to look in the old school GTAs. Like in Red Dead Redemption 2, we will be able to interact with all the NPCs around us, along with the crazy random events we're going to see around the world of GTA. I'm very very much hyped for the hurricane events that we're gonna see. Oh my goodness, are we gonna see people in canoes and boats going down the road? We're gonna witness people doing crazy stunts, motherfuckers partying and twerking on the streets, twerking on top of cars, getting lit, getting drunk, running from cops. This is about to be so lit. Also seen in the leaks, stealing vehicles is gonna be way different than what we're used to. Kind of like in 5M, you're gonna have to use manual stuff and hacks and stuff to steal a car. We basically gonna be doing some Kia boy shit. Since we did see that there was a tool mentioned in the leaks called Vehicle Immobilizer Bypass, which is used, I'm assuming, to steal cars. And if you don't have that tool, there's also something called the Slim Jim tool, which is gonna be a lot more difficult to use to steal a car. And you're also gonna have to be careful where you're stealing a car from, because like seen in the trailer and in the leaks, there are gonna be CCTV cameras everywhere around the game. There's also gonna be a new wanted system introduced in the game, like in Red Dead Redemption 2. A witness system and police recognition is gonna be introduced in the Grand Theft Auto 6. If you want a second to read everything through, go ahead and pause the video. And while you're at it, go ahead and comment Catalina down below. If you know, you know. It's just so I know that you're still here. What this basically means, if a police officer or a witness doesn't get a full description of you, you might have a slight chance of getting away. But if they do get a full description of you, you're literally wanted, you're chalked. There was a scene in the trailer where Lucia and Jason was fleeing a robbery where the police literally just drive right past them. This is indicating that the police haven't gotten a description of their vehicle, meaning that they're basically scot-free. And if you look to the right, you can see a massive shopping center. And we'll probably be able to go inside each and every one of these stores and rob them. Oh, the anticipation is rising. There's also a new looting system being added to the game where we will be able to smash into vehicles and loot them without stealing them. We will be able to take various items from laptops, phones, tablets, and more. We will also have access to money laundering facilities to take our dirty money or whatever we want to sell to for the dark web or the black market, but it's GTA 6, so the dark web might be in the game. Maybe. We are also now going to be able to choose whichever seat to sit in the car, the passenger seat, the back seats, or the driver's seats. This means if you're playing with Jason and Lucia together, you can have Jason drive as Lucia shoots at whoever's chasing you. Or just cruise. Again, we're getting introduced to a Bonnie and Clyde type beat, so their relationship is massive in this game. And what was also seen in the gameplay leaks was a possible multiplayer lobby, but it only had 32 players in it. Does this potentially mean that we will not see 60 to 100 player lobbies, or was that just for the beta test? I personally think there's no way in hell they'll only have 32 player lobbies, although I can see GTA doing kind of similar to what Fortnite has with all the different type of game modes along with RP. Maybe. I don't know, the map is massive, so why would they only have 32 player lobbies? And just for a second, I'm gonna just give you guys like raw me for a second. I'm not even just gonna cut this, bro. Like, let's just take a second and just like, bro, I am so excited for this game, man. GTA 6 is about to be like amazing. Best game of the decade for sure, bro. Like, this game is going to change the gaming industry. It's about to change so many lives. Oh my goodness, I'm just so excited for this game. If you guys are excited for this game with me, bro, make sure y'all drop a like down below and subscribe if you guys did enjoy this video as well. And if you guys are also fans of G Fuel, listen up, because you guys can use code Miz, my code, for 30% off on all your G Fuel purchases, bro. Save you some money. Go ahead, fuel up, lock in, get prepared for GTA 6, you feel me? Gotta be energized for the game, you know? And other than that, I just want you all to remember one thing. There's only one of you. I love you all. Peace.
Society soon to come. I look excited, just wanna be numb. Fuck with me, I'm